Welcome to For Mannerless Women. I am your host, Adele Onyango. This is a space committed to nurturing a new generation of shame-free women who are ready to meet their best selves. And in this episode, we will be diving into identity and how you can maintain it and honor it in your journey of womanhood. Helping us do this is sleep coach, content creator, business owner, published author, Kitt Nyangaya-Kiarie. Thank you so much for coming on the show and also for being a huge supporter of everything we do at Legally Clueless.
You know I love you.
Jump.
You know I love you, Adele. You're one of my mainest.
Yes.
Can we cuss on this thing?
Yes, you can.
You're one of my mainest bitches. You're one of my mainest bitches.
I feel like that was here. You wanted to get it out. Yeah. Because we've known each other for a very long time.
Too long,
From Saints.
Yes.
I think I was 15, 16,
Yes.
17, and those were like good times.
Yes.
And so to see like what you've done with your life.
And you're just like
Incredible.
good energy. You know those people that chuniler.
All right, I can't translate that.
Your liver is clean.
Actually, that is
Your liver is clean. You don't have bad vibes.
Oh,
There's
yay.
people who you meet and you're like, I don't know what's wrong with this person.
Yeah, something's
but
off.
something is off.
Yeah.
I don't feel that with you. You're good
Yeah.
vibes. You're just chuniler.
I like
So,
that.
yeah, I like
I'm gonna
you.
take
I
that.
like you, Adele.
And so one of the things I've always admired about you
Yes.
from back when we were in pre-uni
Right.
is you have a strong sense of self.
Yes.
Like, and it's
I
so
hear that a lot.
refreshing and
Yeah.
it's so inspiring.
Yes.
And since I've known you, I've felt that has always been there, you know? So
And when you knew me, by
Yeah.
the way, when you first met me,
Yeah.
I was really struggling with that.
really,
Imagine. So even when I'm struggling, it still comes out. So that's really nice to know.
and it's so inspiring, especially to other women to
Yeah.
be able to be like, yeah, I'm going to be confident in myself. Like I'm going to like tap into
that's
what Kitt
right.
has going on. Let's go back to childhood. What are some aspects of your childhood that you feel made you very aware of who you are and confident?
Wow.
Because I know your mom, and she's incredible.
No, do you know my mom?
Yes. Like, is she the answer to that? Like, mom.
Like, can you imagine being raised by Apondi and my dad, Chief? It's just like they are so free. You know, that's the one thing that keeps coming up for me about them.
Yeah.
Like right now, they have no children, like they're not raising any children.
Yeah.
Those people are outside. Those people are just outside.
Yeah.
Doing what they want,
Yeah.
when they want, no permission. They're just, I'm like, damn.
Yeah. And they've always been that way.
They've always been that way, but then you see they had to come back because they were raising us.
Yeah, but now.
Yeah, but I remember my mom, like we would call her, so she's gone. My mom was a social development consultant.
Okay.
So all over the world, NGO world, traveling, doing this social work.
Yeah.
And we would call her, Mommy, can I go to the salon? And she's like, bitch, if you don't get off my...
You're wasting my good time.
Like, I don't care what you do.
Wow.
Leave me alone.
Yeah.
I am resting. She's at work. Work is where she goes to rest.
Yeah.
But that sense of my mom is a person first.
And her own person.
Her own person.
Yeah.
I always saw my mom being just a person.
Yeah.
Then, second, she's my mom. Seeing that as a little girl, it's so powerful, by the way, to build your own sense of I'm a person.
Yes.
I'm not a daughter, a sister.
Yeah.
You know, and then when you get older, a girlfriend, a wife. You're not pick me.
Yeah. You're literally own person.
Kitt.
And kids learn from modeling, like more than the words or whatever you say.
Absolutely.
It's like what you're doing.
What you're doing.
That is so incredible.
Yes.
So if you were going through that, you mentioned earlier that when we were like in pre-uni.
Yes,
So that's like
yes.
towards the end of
Yeah,
teenagehood,
I was
right?
18 when
Yeah.
we first met, yeah.
What were you struggling with then in terms of identity?
So I've always been in an only girls' school. Then I went to a secondary school, but that was only 3 years.
Okay.
By the time I was joining IB,
Yeah.
I hadn't been in like
Mixed, like boy girl school?
yes.
Okay.
So you see, it takes such a long time because you're in school 8 hours a day,
Yeah.
5 days a week. Da, da, da.
Yeah.
So when the people you're in school with, that's what kind of shape you. So by the time I was now starting to interact with people of the opposite sex, like now for that long,
Yeah.
all day, every day, I was 18. So I joined the school, and then I don't know how to put this because I was told, I realized,
Yeah.
and I was told that I had a big ass.
Oh my goodness.
And I was beautiful. So, you know when your parents tell you you're so beautiful, you're like, yeah, you're supposed to say that.
You're biased.
You're supposed to say that.
Yeah.
And then who else is going to say it? Your cousins?
Yeah,
Your
yeah.
uncles? Your aunties?
Yeah.
Meh, right? But then now it's strangers. My ass used to walk into the room before me.
And that became like your identity.
And that
almost.
became my identity. And something about it just didn't sit right. It was just, because I'm more than this thing. And for 18 years, I was told, I am brave, I am strong, I am
and
smart.
it was never the focus for 18 years. Yeah.
Who's going to tell you that? In your life? Who?
And also what's big, you don't look at yourself like that. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that even, now, like tying it back even to my kids, now my daughter is shaped like me. And she's 10 years old. And she started being shaped like this when she was, 6.
Yeah.
And people would be like, hey, where? And
Did you kill someone?
and it's said so innocently.
Yeah.
It's said by women. It's not anything sexual. But for me, I was like, I've already been through this. I've walked down this path.
And it's not fun.
It's not fun.
Yeah.
My kid is never going to have to deal with this. Don't ever say that again.
Yeah.
I told everybody who said it, every single person who said it, don't ever say that again, and don't ever tell her.
Yeah.
Ever. Let her operate in life. And she's a gymnast.
Yeah.
So she's over here tumbling, and then you're going to start telling her about her fathers.
And start making her question.
And start being conscious about that. Yeah, so I joined this school, started being told that, and I was just like, who am I? What is this? How do I... And
the school is primarily built for boys. So I feel like even the support system for girls are just not there.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so I was dealing with that. I think that's why I got into that relationship I was in.
I don't remember it.
No, don't. There's nothing to remember. It's just,
I don't remember it.
Yeah, I was this...
I genuinely don't.
No, I was with this really horrendous person.
Yeah.
Who just took advantage of me going through that. And he was already a horrendous person.
Yeah.
I hear he's still horrendous now.
Yeah.
Because he's friends with like one of my cousins, but it's like putting me down, questioning, what I'm wearing, questioning what I'm thinking, my brains, and I already know I'm smart. I already know I'm brave. Like I already know all these things, but now you're questioning me, and it's the first time that has happened. So were all these people lying? Was I lying to myself?
And then also this is someone who has so much influence over me now.
Yes.
So you almost are looking to them for approval.
Yes.
So anything they're saying that makes you question, you're like, I need to change that.
You always look to your peers for approval. You do. You look to your peers.
Oh my goodness.
Imagine.
Yeah, I think that time going in at that age as young girls going into womanhood, that 2 years was quite hectic.
That was a lot.
I feel like I started dating because it was what was expected.
being done.
I was told there's a Valentine's, because when we joined there was a Valentine's
There's
thing,
a ball, there is a prom.
and you needed a date.
Yeah.
And I remember the guy started dating me and brought me flowers.
Yes.
He asked me what flowers I liked, and I said black roses, because I thought he's not going to be. Where will you get black roses?
Yes.
And it was my way of just being like, I'm really not interested.
Yeah.
And then he brought them, and I was like, well, I guess I have to be with this guy.
I have received the black roses I asked for. What's it called? Quid pro quo.
Yeah. It's just crazy why we couldn't
Yeah.
say, no, I don't want, and I'm going to come to the ball alone. Do you know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. Gen Zs are doing that.
They
They're
got
like,
it.
no.
They got it. So I love that you've talked about identity in relationships, because I feel like that's also a space where, because of socialization for women, a good woman or a good wife or a good girlfriend gives and just gives and helps, and you're a helper, you know? And there's so many women, even older women, who have had conversations with, especially when I was navigating my divorce, and I was just saying, it was such a short marriage, but I felt like I was losing myself. And I thought losing, in fact, I told one of my aunts.
Lost.
Yeah.
Tell the truth.
Yeah.
Shame the devil.
I told one of my aunts, I thought that happens after 10 years or 20 years. I was like, what the hell? She's like, no.
Yeah.
It starts on day one, but we
Day of
realize
dating. Day one of dating.
In year 20,
Yes.
you know?
Yes.
What are your thoughts on like women and identity in relationships? Because you've managed to kind of keep your identity in your marriage.
Yeah. And even, it even comes like in the bridal shower.
Oh God.
When people when they say, and it's not, by the way, they're not even trying to be bad or like mean.
They mean well.
They mean well.
Yeah.
When they say, now that Adele is getting married, give her a bit of time to get to know her husband, right? Or to get to know herself in marriage, right? So they're kind of inviting your friends to step back, guys to not really call you as much, text you as much. So they kind of leave you in an island.
Yeah.
In
this new space.
You know who doesn't get that advice?
Him.
So he's like a ship and you're like a barnacle. He's moving. His friends keep calling him.
Yeah.
People are always saying, oh my God, this is my favorite thing to hear from women. Yeah. I'm so like upset because my husband comes home late every day. He comes home 2 a.m., 3 a.m. All the time. We've talked about it every weekend. He's going out, And I always ask, how do you know he comes home late?
Yeah.
See, I'm in the house waiting for him. Why? Why? Nancy, why? Why don't you have friends? Why are you not
outside? Yeah.
Why are you not outside?
Yes.
You understand? So we just socialize to make men your hobby.
Yeah. Your purpose. The ambition is like to get that.
What a burden women must be.
And also, I think it's my therapist who told me.
Yeah.
Even like a well-meaning man, etc.
Yes.
It's a normal relationship.
Yes.
He gets attracted to you because of a certain personality or who you are.
Thank you.
Right?
Thank you.
And then something happens during the bridal shower into the marriage.
Yeah.
And it's like you're being panel beaten. Like, now you can't wear this.
Now you
can't speak like this. Don't go here. And so she was saying, even the guy, like, all of a sudden he's like, who's this?
Was I tricked?
Even a well-meaning man, right? And
but we must be such a burden.
Yeah.
It must be such a burden to be someone's everything.
Yeah. And you can't.
You can't.
You can't.
You can't be someone's everything.
So how do you make sure you didn't lose yourself or don't lose yourself in relationships?
Don't throw away your friends. You need them more than ever.
Yeah.
You need your friends. You need your hobbies. You need whatever it is that you do without this guy.
Yeah.
You thoroughly need it.
Yeah.
I promise you.
Yeah.
The only way to make somebody your best friend and that's like your spouse, is to not make them your everything. Because if they have to carry the burden of being your friend, your therapist, your relative, your boss, because that we also put men to be our boss and dad and headmaster, and baby. Release me.
Yeah.
Where are you going from there?
Yeah.
So now that's how you lose yourself.
You lose yourself, you lose your ambitions, the things you used to dream about doing go down the drain, and you wake up.
Because does he agree? What do you think about this thing?
I told you, that's seeking permission.
What do you think?
You're really not seeking advice, right?
No, you're not seeking advice. You're seeking, what do you think?
Yeah.
So I think it's a good idea. Okay, then you do it. Oh, I think it's a bad idea. Then you don't do it.
What are the spaces for you that keep you? So what are the things you do as kids?
First of all, this. My husband hates being like
in front of the camera.
You know, there's so many podcasts that I'm invited to. Could you come with your husband?
About that. And it's good. It's your space to thrive.
But not even that. He just doesn't want to be. Just leave me alone.
Yeah.
You know? So this is a space I thrive.
Yeah.
I have my friends. I have I do walks every day and hikes and activities. I'm part of in fact, I'm the chair of an all-women's riding group. We ride motorbikes. Yeah. In fact, just this morning I flagged them off. We're going to Nanyuki for the weekend.
Wow.
Yeah, but I had to be here, so I didn't go with them.
I feel special. Thanks. Thanks.
Yeah, I do that.
Yeah.
So many things I could list that don't involve him. And everybody needs that.
And community. I feel like sisterhood and a community of women is so important.
Yes.
Let's talk motherhood.
Yes.
Because that's also an easy way, if you're not a pundi,
to lose your life.
Yes.
Women out here losing their life to motherhood.
How do you make sure that that doesn't happen to you?
So the things that I have done are first going into motherhood, fully knowing I am not giving birth to my little besties. I don't need broke 10-year-old besties. Yeah. I have my own friends.
Yeah.
So I don't need this one to be my friend.
Yeah.
And also, I'm not to blame. So for what, I don't know, English doesn't have the right word for it, but I'm not to blame. It's not my fault. If this person turns out Obama, I'm not to blame. If they turn out Osama, I'm not to blame.
Yeah.
I've done what I can.
Yeah.
So
released.
I have released. I was telling you that I really wanted to have children.
Yeah.
Like
from a young age.
From a young age, I've always wanted to have children. I wanted to have 10.
Kids.
I did. I promise. I wanted to. And even now, like I follow big families on YouTube.
10.
I'm constantly watching big families. You know the way they come there? I don't know if you've ever watched any of these like vlogs of big families. Yeah. They prepare breakfast. Breakfast takes them 2 hours to prepare.
Do you know what I saw recently and I had to keep scrolling? This lady who has 12 kids.
Yeah.
She had assembled all the 12 kids.
Thank you.
And she made an announcement that she was pregnant. You know, I scrolled.
I was like, this is triggering.
I'm stressed. I'm calculating your bills.
Me now there, I'm like, and then they're shopping. Then they go shopping.
Yeah.
They fill 3 carts. It's for 1 week.
What car do you have?
They have vans. They have vans, they have buses, they have RVs, they're living my goddamn life. Living my life.
10.
I wanted 10 children.
Okay.
And then my first pregnancy was very difficult. And then my second pregnancy almost killed me. So I said, well,
8 more?
I don't want to die for this. It's not worth it.
Yeah.
So let me stop there. Yeah. So I stopped there. So I really wanted my children because I wanted to see how me as Kitt would teach somebody from however small and to see how somebody grows. Yeah. So it's fully an ego thing. Yeah. Nobody ever has children for other. I mean, you could have a child for somebody else.
But there's a bit of...
That is...
Yeah.
Everybody has children for selfish reasons. That was my selfish reason. And I knew that I am... Because, I watched Apondi doing it. I'm me, and then I am this person's mother. So my identity is not mother.
Yeah.
It is fun-loving, woman-loving African feminist.
Yeah.
And I'm also a mother.
Yeah.
I am also a wife. I am also a sister, a daughter, a friend. But my
This
identity
is who I am. Yeah.
And if you remove all these things, I will be still this.
Yeah. Was it easy to like keep that up even during pregnancy and, immediately your baby comes?
Yeah,
There's
absolutely.
so much she
Yeah.
needs. I think a lot of women
Yeah.
during that period when
Yes.
you're feeding,
Yeah.
whatever, and you're so scared, like, this baby needs me all the time.
Yeah,
You can
absolutely.
like forget who you are.
Yes. So I'm a believer, like I believe in God, and I believe that I cannot keep my child alive. I truly believe that. And I'm such an anxious person. I wish you knew how anxiety used to run my life. Now, not so anymore.
Yeah.
But I was so anxious that anything is going to hurt my child, anything is going to, that I had to say to myself, even if I was here 100% of the time, I would not be able to keep my child alive. If they were going to pass away, they will pass away. And I'm going to have to deal with that situation. So, release. Kitt, rest.
Yeah.
You are not Junior Holy Spirit. Okay?
Yeah.
You are not Assistant God.
Yeah.
Leave it.
Yeah.
I keep telling people this, like, if I had to leave my kid, as a sleep trainer, I know how long I have.
Yeah.
I'd feed them, leave, and not call home.
Oh, wow.
The entire time I'm gone.
Many women battle with that, right?
I don't call home.
Yeah.
I don't have nanny comes. If my phone rings and it's the nanny, then
then you're
there
paid.
is something.
Yeah.
Right? But if it's mtoto analia.
And
this call?
yeah.
What do you want me to do from here?
Yeah.
There's nothing I
Yeah.
can do about it.
Yeah.
Yes. So I would just distance myself from that because I'm like, I've put someone there who's gonna take care of my child. Me and that person, we're not gonna keep this child alive. There's a higher power doing that.
And I know where I start and end, like what I'm in control of, where it ends.
Finished.
And I've released.
And if I'm in Westlands and my child is in Limuru and they are crying in Limuru, so what do I do on the phone? Bas, shh, what am I doing? There's nothing for me to do except worry.
Yeah, and also that's why I trust you as a nanny. I've hired you and you're there, right?
And even if I don't trust you, I'm in Westlands. You understand?
Yeah.
What are you doing in Westlands?
Yeah.
Worrying.
Yeah.
That's an activity.
And what good
Standing
does that
around
bring?
worrying,
Yeah.
and then?
Did you battle with your sense of self after pregnancy?
No.
Okay, like even your relationship with body. Because I was watching this video that was talking about, because I have no kids, and it was talking about how your body, it's a new body. So the lady was saying, give yourself grace because you're learning this new body and you're learning how to love this new body and release the
Adele,
older body.
some things are very Western.
Yeah, is that normal?
Some things are not universal. No, let us acknowledge.
Yeah.
Some things are so brought to us by Instagram and TikTok.
Yeah.
Loving your new body. Things my grandmother would be like, which new body?
Is it new or is it the same?
It is different.
Okay.
First of all, you're in pain everywhere.
Okay.
Everything hurts. Your knees hurt. Your elbows, your hair hurts. After you've had a baby. Everything is in pain for 2-3 weeks. Now imagine being in sustained pain for 3 weeks. That's why people kill themselves. That's why people, like when they're terminally ill, they're just like, I can't do it. It's too much. But this whole thing of loving your new body and that, I don't want to take away from people
who are loving their new body. Okay, did you love your...
I don't want to take
your
away.
experience is valid.
My experience.
Yeah.
I think I didn't know I was supposed to dislike my body.
So it wasn't even let us begin
Let
loving.
us now begin love.
The love was constant.
Thank you.
Yes. That's wonderful.
Thank you.
And that's
I am the only person who lives in this body, so I know how it feels. I love my body now. I love it when I am getting smaller.
Yeah.
I love it when I am small.
Yeah.
I love it when I am getting bigger.
Yeah.
I love it when I am big.
It doesn't have to look a certain way for me to love
and
it.
People to say tick, tick, tick. Even now,
I love that.
My work is on social media, and people have everything to say about my body. I don't believe anyone.
But me.
Kitt, your body is tea. I take it with a pinch of salt.
Yeah. And also, I already knew.
Yes, the answer is yes.
I'm aware.
Kitt, you're gaining weight. Yes. I don't believe you.
Yeah.
I only believe the voice in my head because it's the
that
loudest
is
voice.
So powerful because I actually have become more conscious of that.
Yes.
Because I have eczema,
Yes.
and I would do this thing like if I'm having a flare up, I'm like, oh no, don't wear short sleeves or whatever, don't wear shorts or whatever.
Yes.
And I had to like,
you call these long legs.
You call yourself to an AGM, come. And I literally was like, so are you saying you're only worthy when you don't have an eczema flare up? Like, what is that? Yeah. And so I love what you're saying. It's very valid.
Yes. And even like the clothes, I don't have home clothes. You know home clothes?
Neither do I, because I'm just like, there's some cute tops. I'm like, where am I waiting to wear these to?
I don't have clothes I exclusively wear at home. So to be seen, then I am presentable. No, but I'm presenting myself to myself every day.
Yeah.
Every day I present myself to myself.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter if I have a newborn baby.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if I'm unwell.
Yeah.
I'm going to wear my clothes that I enjoy. If I don't enjoy it, out.
Why is it there?
To wash the car, I will wear my nice shorts that I like and I can go to anywhere in. My nice t-shirt that I like and I can go anywhere in and I will wash the car.
I just love this. Like, this is such a beautiful awakening about like, the love has to be constant. Your body doesn't have to look a certain way to beg for love from you. You know?
Yourself.
And especially when it's done something as beautiful as bringing life.
That is a big job.
Mm-hmm. And so now your kids are pretty independent now, right?
Yes.
What are some things you do in terms of your style of mothering that people are like, sorry, what's going on? And you're doing it because you know this is first my way.
Yes.
And secondly, it allows me to maintain my identity. I don't have to like do things the way everyone else expects.
Yeah. I answer any question that they have about anything. I answer truthfully. It doesn't matter what the question is about. So we have this thing about words have power, right? There are no bad words. You can say fuck, you can say shit, you can say whatever it is. But just know that when you say that, you offend people.
And so do you want to offend?
Is your intention to offend people? You understand? So it's not this whole thing of taboo.
Yeah. That there's a rule with we don't know why. Rule exists.
Yeah, we don't know why. And then whatever question they have about sex and alcohol and drugs and what does this mean? Somebody said da-da-da. Or who said that? My teacher or my this or whatever. I will be like, okay, this is what it means. For your teacher to have said that is a bit much.
Yeah.
But this is what it means and da-da, this is the context. And I keep telling them, whatever it is that you want to know, I will tell you. I'll never feature you because I want to be the authority in their lives.
Yeah.
I don't want another. My daughter is 10. She's going on 11. Going on 16. Let's be fair.
Yeah.
I don't want a 16-year-old to tell her something
And become that authority.
And then that's the person who knows. So one time, Keo was telling my 8-year-old little boy was telling me that he was hanging out with his friend James.
Yeah.
Not his real name. And I said, oh, who is James? Okay, I've not heard about this person. How old is he? 17.
Yeah.
You can't have a 17-year-old friend. Why? Now we talk about that. We talk about why you can't have adult friends. Adults are not your friends.
Yeah.
They don't need you as a friend.
Yeah.
And you don't need them as a friend.
Yeah.
Adults are not your friend. There is no... And then apparently this 17-year-old also told him a secret. I told him there's no secret.
Yeah.
There's absolutely no secret between me and you.
Yeah.
You have to say everything. You and an adult can't have a secret.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So these things, some people will be like, aren't they too young?
And they're not.
Aren't they?
I feel like kids are whole beings. Correct me if I'm... Like, we're not waiting until they're eligible to vote to be like, oh, so you're a person.
And by the way, also, this when is the correct time to say all of these things? And also their body parts, by the way. This is a big controversy.
Yeah.
Teaching them the proper name for their body parts. There is no shame in your body parts.
Yeah.
You see, we carry so much shame in words.
Yeah.
Language has shame.
Yeah.
Language has culture. Language has context.
Yeah.
But if your kid knows how to say, my penis is itching, then they will have no shame around their penis, right? They will have no shame around their body parts. And
they
like
will
abusers, yes, they will own it. And abusers find it very difficult to abuse children who have no shame.
Yeah. Because they're not going to keep quiet, or they're going to stand up for themselves in the moment and be like, hey, I think this is wrong.
Yeah.
You know?
One time I heard from upstairs, don't touch my penis. Now he's telling my aunt who is washing him. So now my aunt had to explain to him, okay, I will help you. How can I help you? Bath. And this is a 2-year-old. Yeah. You know, but he's shouting from upstairs.
That is that's agency.
Agency.
Yeah.
This is your body. And even like the tickling, you know those things of like when you're tickling a baby and they say stop, you stop. Yeah. To teach them actually their no has power.
Yeah. It matters.
It matters. And that thing of greeting. So this is what I do with my kids. You have to greet people, right? So you can do whatever it is. Is it a handshake? Is it a fist bump? Is it a hug? You don't have to do any, but you have to choose one. Yeah. Whatever it may be. And if you don't want to touch people, then you wave. Yeah. And that's okay. But you cannot ignore people. So it's a balance of kind of, yes, you have agency and but also you're not the most important person in the world.
And compassion.
Or in the room.
Yeah. This is so wonderful.
Like you can't ever tell somebody, like, let's say my kid is sitting here and he leaves and then you come and sit down and then he comes to tell you, I was sitting there. As who? You are never sitting anywhere. As the youngest in the space, find a different space to sit. And why do we do that? To show respect to elders. And
kids really have the capacity to understand so many things. I think we really underestimate that.
We are lazy.
Yeah. We don't want to do it.
We don't want to do the work.
I love this so much because it's reminding me of the first time I ever saw weed was in uni. And it was my birthday and this guy who was my friend told me he brought me a gift. And I was pretty naive. I think people see like, oh, you're a poet and I had dreadlocks then. And they probably think like, oh, she's so open-minded. I'm just like, I've only seen alcohol, please. And he said, I brought you a gift. I was thinking chocolate or whatever. Something. And in the school bus, he brings out this tin. Yes. And there's weed, right?
But it's not. Look, I don't know.
No, let me tell you.
It would slap me in the face, and I would still wouldn't.
So it looked like dried vegetables, right?
Not like tea.
No, I was like maybe 19 or 18, 19 there. Okay. And first I'm like, what? You know, my expectations are chocolates. So I'm like, what is this? And then he tells me, and I got off the school bus. I called my mom. And I said, you have to come home early today
Yes.
because like we need to talk.
To discuss.
And so I had this, like, she's on her bed. It's such a core memory for me. She's on her bed and I'm telling her like, yeah. And then he brought this out and this is what I saw and I was so scared. We're in the school bus and I'm like, I don't want to be arrested on my birthday.
Imagine.
And so, and then I was telling her, but you know, it didn't look like what I see in the movies because in the movies they smoke.
It's like a roll, it's like a rolled up in a cigarette.
So, but here he's showing me things. So I was like, I don't know. And I literally do remember my mom holding back laughter. Because she had probably like had very wild uni years. And just kind of looking at me like, what?
What is this naive child?
But what was powerful is
so
she
funny.
was still, even at that age, my trusted source.
Yes.
Like I told this guy, you hold on to your gift. I'm
coming back. I'm coming back. But thank you though.
Yeah, and I didn't feel shame of like I have friends who smoke up or I have friends who do ABCD.
Yes.
It was always very, my first relationship, I didn't have a cell phone. I was sharing a cell phone with my mom. She knew when we first kissed. She was like, he has sent a text here. It seems like...
Exactly.
And so I love that. I feel like that's what your kids are going to get from you.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah. And so you are doing incredible things. Please tell me about your new title as a published author. Oh my goodness, confetti. Yeah. Fire. Please tell me about your new book.
Yeah, so...
Wait, can we first see it? Let's just see it. Let's just see it first.
Here it is.
Oh, and this is your firstborn, isn't it?
That's Kendi. That's my first one.
Look at her cheeks. She's
I know.
so
She was just born like a round ball.
She's just... Look at her smile with no teeth. It's like the cutest thing ever. She's so adorable.
Hey, thank you.
Oh, okay. So tell me about it. The Happy Baby Sleep Manual.
Sleep manual. Babies cannot read. This manual is for tired parents.
Oh my goodness. I feel like all parents are like, yes.
Yes, my name.
Yes.
So I've been sleep training for 10 years. I sleep trained this one.
Okay.
And then people were asking me, because they'd find my husband and I out to dinner. We have a 2-month-old. They're like, you know that double take, people pass you in the restaurant, they're like, I don't know what I'm looking at. What am I looking at?
Witchcraft.
What is happening?
Yeah.
It's like, the baby is sleeping. And we're sleep trainers.
Yeah.
Because if you are a sleep trainer, then your partner is also a sleep trainer because they have to support. So then I started to help people. Then more and more people now were coming up, Oh yeah, but people would say, it's just the first one. The first one always tricks you into having the second one, and the second one teaches you dust, right? Or, it's because it's a girl. Then I had a boy and sleep trained him. Guys were like, okay, teach us.
Yeah.
So professionally, I took a course. Professionally, I've been sleep training for 8 years.
Okay.
And in my entire sleep training career, everything that comes up is just like Western ideas and concepts that you can't really translate into your mother tongue. I'm a big believer in, if I cannot say this in Doluo,
it doesn't. It's not for me.
Not even it's not for me, does it exist? You know, things exist in language.
Is it a thing?
Is it a thing?
Yeah.
Right? So yes, I get, everybody you can negate, things that you cannot describe or exist, whatever. But there are very many concepts that are purely Western. We, as a lot of the continent, Asia, many parts of South America, are like,
What is that?
What is that? What does that mean what does that mean? For example, babies having a sleep regression. You know,
I've heard of that.
We say it like it is a fact. It's like everybody will go through puberty.
Yeah.
Right? There are very few people who don't go through puberty. But those are an anomaly.
Yeah.
Now we say sleep regression like it is a fact. It will happen.
It's not.
Of the 1,000 white babies they studied, stop.
Yeah.
It's not a fact.
Yeah.
It will not happen. it's not inevitable.
Yeah.
Right? So I wanted to write what I was teaching, because I've always taken my knowledge, what I was taught, and make it and say it in our language, in things that we understand. If I can give a parallel, it's like a dietitian not saying anything to a Kenyan woman about apples and asparagus.
And that's a huge problem we have, right?
Talk to me about ndoma.
Yeah.
Tell me about...
In fact, there were times I'd be like, okay, what's the English word then of this one? Is this what she's talking about?
What is this?
Yeah.
Like, I want to lose weight, but what is... they're telling you to boil chicken and then eat it with kale, or not kale, something just far removed.
Yeah.
What is rocket? I don't know what that is. So Kenyanizing and like Africanizing sleep training so that everybody can understand it. And you know, I sleep train families. So it's not only one person I'm sleep training. I sleep train in Kiswahili, English, Doluo even, if the person that I'm talking to, I have explained sleep training to my grandmother. If you can't explain it in your language,
is it a thing?
Truly, it's very difficult, right? Yeah, but I know my stuff. I wanted to write it down and give it to people who need it, so they can have it, because it's a workbook as well. You can write in it.
So you fill it in.
You fill it in. And then you can have it all the days of the child's life, when you refer to it whenever you need it. And it's really helping people.
Yeah.
And it's the first sleep training manual written by a Kenyan. So I'm very, very proud of that
Congratulations,
Kitt. Thank you so much. It's a very big achievement.
And I like when you say you sleep train fam. It's like, it's not something we're all looking at the baby and like, do this. It's like a collective effort.
Yes, it is.
Oh,
because anybody who is raising the child needs to be able to do whatever is I've recommended in the book.
Sorry, I've just seen a line here that's like kills me. I don't like Adele, control yourself. Be professional. Nobody ever died from crying. It's true. And that's your grandmother who said that.
That's my grandmother. Who's gonna die from crying?
Oh my God! Yeah. Nobody ever died from crying. I love that.
My grandmother was a real one. She's also the one who said, like, if you ever tell her you're busy, she'll ask you, "What are you busy doing? Giving birth?" Because that's the only thing you can. There's only one thing you're doing. Other things,
please. Are you really busy? And so, where can the parents who are watching this, where can they get this?
So you can get it at Half Price Books in Village Market and Lavington. Yeah. You can also get it at Nuria. It's an online bookstore. Yeah. And you can also get it on my Shopify. Yeah. Yes.
And how much is this manual?
It is 2,500.
Oh man,
it's very good value for your money.
And actually, not only parents. Like, I feel like if you want to give intentional gifts, I struggled with that.
Absolutely, very many people are getting it for baby shower gifts. Yes, absolutely.
Because you're just like, I don't have kids, I don't want, but I want to give you something that's gonna help you.
Yes.
So what is the thing?
Yes, absolutely.
And the thing can be this book.
Yeah.
I hope you're very proud of yourself, Kitt.
I am very proud of myself.
And lastly, you also have a clothing line.
I do, yes. Okay, I'm on a roll.
Yes.
Okay, so I launched a crop top line. Yeah. So I like to wear crop tops. I like to expose my midriff and my audacity. Yeah. And that's what I wanted. You know, there is a particular type of woman who wears a crop top. It is not about age, race, or even like body size. Yeah. There is a particular woman who says to herself, I am going to expose my midriff. Yeah. Now, in my culture, which is also your culture, we exposed our whole top. Yeah. We only wore a skirt. Yeah. There is a very small skirt as well. Yeah. So it's not far removed from like my ancestors. Mm-hmm. It is just the way I am, right? It doesn't matter what your body looks like, So I wanted to bring that energy of that woman who wears the crop top, the energy, right, to every woman. Yeah. Because my whole entire thing is to set women free.
Yes.
And these are some of the things that
Yeah.
these are some of the ways that I set women free.
Yeah.
Free from like tired motherhood.
Yeah.
Free from societal judgment.
Yeah.
Free from,
Expectations that are not yours. You didn't write them down for
right?
yourself. Yeah.
So I created this top. It is so versatile because it's designed to sit on top of whatever it is that you're already wearing.
Or not wearing, for those of us who...
Or you can wear it on its
Exactly.
own. So it's up, and it fits everyone.
Yeah. Okay, show us the crop top.
Right, here we are. Oh yeah, and they all
is
come
so
with a
wonderful.
bookmark free, because that's the name of the
I
brand.
have freedom on my spine,
Yes,
tattooed. I
yes.
just find it to be such an important, not even concept, or I don't know what to call it, but it's a thing
construct,
that I'm
right?
like, I just want to be armed with it.
Yes.
And I've written about freedom so
Yes,
much in terms of poetry.
Yes.
Welcome
Yes.
to the Freedom Club. You belong here.
Yes,
Oh,
absolutely.
I do.
So you see what I'm saying about everybody
this is
can
so
wear
beautiful.
it. And it's a very thick cotton. It's not going
And
to...
then it's funky.
I love it. I
It's
put it on top
funky.
of like my yoga things. I put it on top of jeans, dresses, whatever it
Yeah,
may be.
and this is free.
This
this
is
graphic
free.
is
This
free.
is a graphic.
Like it's written free.
Yes.
Oh wow.
Yes.
So how can we get this? Is it also on your
It's
Shopify?
on my Shopify.
Oh wow, Kitt, I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
And the label says this product isn't free, but you are. You know what? I love intentional clothing. Like yes. When you wear it, like you're just like, yes.
And my daughter loves it. She wears it every day. She has the 3 colors,
Yeah.
and she just wears them all the time.
Kitt, I'm very proud of you. I'm proud of you. And I feel like even the moments when you feel like you are stumbling in terms of identity,
yeah.
just always know there's like a
Yeah,
battalion of
I
women
know.
rooting for you and being inspired by you.
Yeah.
Just by you simply being. Like, even if you didn't have anything you were doing, like, just by you simply being, we're just rooting for you.
Thank you.
Right?
I love that. And even something that you said one time, I heard you saying, when you walk into a room, you don't walk alone. You come in with all your ancestors.
Oh, yeah.
And I said, wait a minute, I also have ancestors.
Yes, you do.
And that thing just gave me so much power, Adele. That thing just gave me, I'm not alone.
You're not alone.
I'm never speaking for myself.
Yes.
I'm always speaking with the voice of 10 women and all my ancestors.
Yeah.
They must be so proud of me.
They are.
Yeah.
And us who are still living, we have not crossed. We are proud of you too.
Thank you.
So thank you for coming on the show, Kitt.
When it's finished already.
She says 3 hours later. Thanks for coming on the show. And thank you for watching this episode. If you check out the description, there are links for you to check out Kitt's Shopify to get all of these incredible things that she has created, for you to connect with her on social media as well, because she does a lot of inspiration on her platforms. And don't forget to like this episode, share it with all the mannerless and almost mannerless women in your life, and subscribe so that next week you do not miss the next episode.